You're listening to the Main Street Deal, part of Main Street Media. I'm Jordan. It's Monday, June 22, 2026. Today we're walking through one real listing on the market right now. Today's listing is a Honda and Toyota repair specialist in Walnut, California, just east of Los Angeles, 25 years in business. The asking price is $258,000, and the seller reports annual cash flow of $150,000. 3 lifts, a lease shop, a quarter century of history. The source is a current biz-buy-sell listing. There is one unusual thing about this deal, and it's the price, so that's where we're going to spend most of our time. First, the business itself. Walnut sits in the eastern San Gabriel Valley in the middle of one of the densest car markets in the country. Honda and Toyota are 2 of the most common nameplates on Southern California roads, and that matters more than it sounds. A general repair shop competes with everyone. A shop that has built 25 years of reputation as the Honda and Toyota specialist has carved out a defensible niche. It can charge dealership-level expertise at independent shop prices, and the customers who own those cars know to come back. 25 years in the same lane also means this business has survived recessions, the shift to more complex vehicle electronics, and every new competitor that opened down the street. Longevity like that is worth something, but it raises questions too, and we'll get to those. Now the numbers, because on this one, the number is the whole story. The multiple here is 1.72. Take the $25,000 asking price, divide it by the $150,000 in seller's discretionary earnings, and that's where you land. Here's why that should stop you. Based on BizBuySell's own analysis of auto repair and service shops, earnings multiples in this category run from about 2.0 at the low end to 3.78 at the top, with a median of 2.69. This listing is priced at 1.72, below the bottom of that range. That is not how these businesses usually trade. A shop sells below the market floor for one of 2 reasons. Either the seller is genuinely motivated and you have found real value, or there is something inside the numbers that the low price is quietly accounting for. Your entire job on this deal is to figure out which one it is before you fall in love with the cash-on-cash math. Speaking of that math, let me walk through the SBA 7A financing the way you'd structure it with a lender today. Standard Main Street terms: 10% down, 9.3% interest, 10-year term. 10% of $8,000 is $800. That's your cash into the deal. The financed amount is $232,200. At 9.3% over 10 years, your monthly payment comes out to roughly $2,980, which is about $35,750 a year in debt service. Subtract that from the stated $150,000 of seller's discretionary earnings, and your post-debt cash flow is around $104, $25 a year. Call it $9,500 a month before taxes if the business performs as listed. On a $2,500 down payment, that is a striking return on paper. The words "on paper" are carrying the weight here, and that is exactly why the diligence matters more on a cheap deal than an expensive one. Here are the 3 due diligence priorities I'd lock in before anything else. First, verify the earnings and explain the discount. Get 3 years of federal tax returns and profit and loss statements and reconcile them line by line to that $150,000 figure. Find out whether the owner is personally turning wrenches all day, because if the $150,000 depends on the owner working as an unpaid technician, that's not cash flow you inherit, that's a job you're buying. The below floor price is the first thing you put to the seller, not the last. Second, the lease. This is a lease shop in Los Angeles County, which means the lease is the business. Get the remaining term, the renewal options, the rent, and any scheduled increases, and confirmation the landlord will assign or extend it to you. Also confirm the conditional use permit, and the smog and environmental permits transfer cleanly. In LA County real estate, a short or non-renewable lease can quietly erase everything the multiple looks like it's saving you. Third, owner and technician dependence. A 25-year specialist customer base is often loyal to the person, not the sign. Find out how many certified techs are on staff, how long they've been there, and whether the Honda and Toyota expertise lives across the team or walks out the door with the seller. A specialist reputation that can't be transferred isn't an asset you can finance against. The one flag I'll name directly, that 1.72 multiple. A price below the market floor is either an opportunity or a warning, and the listing alone won't tell you which. My call on this one, pursue with your eyes open. The reason is simple. The price sits below the market floor, and the down payment is small enough that your downside is contained, as long as the $150,000 of cash flow is real and transferable. That's the whole question. So before you spend $1 on diligence, the first thing I'd put to the broker is this. Why is this priced at 1.72 times earnings, below the bottom of the market? And can you send 3 years of tax returns to confirm the $150,000 is current and not a peak year figure? The answer to that question tells you whether this goes to the top of your stack or into the recycling bin. That's it for Monday. Find all of Main Street Media's shows wherever you listen. Subscribe, leave a review, and I'll see you Thursday for an operator story.